Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for your stimulus package and stimulus check update. I hope everyone's going to have a great Christmas Eve, and I hope everyone stays safe. And guys, I just want to go over a little something. Do you think Mitch McConnell will give in? I think he will. Now, let's go over something here. Now, President Donald Trump on Tuesday night launched a surprise push to hike the stimulus checks in the COVID-19 relief package to $2,000 per person from $600. Now, I do agree, $600 was a complete insult, but yet better than nothing. Even if we could get to $600 now, when Joe Biden takes office, they will do another one, and probably it will automatically be for $2,000. They was wanting to do a $2,000 reoccurring every month until this pandemic is over. So that would be really nice, and that would help people get back up on their feet a little. Now, Democrats cheered his demand, piling pressure on Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and leaving him in a no-win situation. Now, Trump released a video criticizing the $900 billion coronavirus relief package that congressional lawmakers passed on Monday and demanding they increase the checks. Now, as we know, Donald Trump has left. He went to Florida to his one of his private homes in Florida. So, and I think if I read it right earlier, he won't be back till January the 1st. So as of right now, I don't know, unless they override his decision on the veto. I don't know. It looks like we probably won't get a stimulus check by the first of the year like it was planned the other day until all this crap happened.
Throughout the summer, Democrats cruelly blocked COVID relief legislation in an effort to advance their extreme left-wing agenda and influence the election. Then, a few months ago, Congress started negotiations on a new package to get urgently needed help to the American people. It's taken forever. However, the bill they are now planning to send back to my desk is much different than anticipated. It really is a disgrace. For example, among the more than 5,000 pages in this bill, which nobody in Congress has read because of its length and complexity, it's called the COVID Relief Bill, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. This bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia, $134 million to Burma, $1.3 billion for Egypt and the Egyptian military, which will go out and buy almost exclusively Russian military equipment. $25 million for democracy and gender programs in Pakistan. $505 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. $40 million for the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., which is not even open for business. $1 billion for the Smithsonian, and an additional $154 million for the National Gallery of Art. Likewise, these facilities are essentially not open. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico, a provision to promote the breeding of fish in federal hatcheries, $3 million in poultry production technology, $2 million to research the impact of down trees, $566 million for construction projects at the FBI. The bill also allows stimulus checks for the family members of illegal aliens, allowing them to get up to $1,800 each. This is far more than the Americans are given. Despite all of this wasteful spending and much more, the $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments, and not enough money is given to small businesses, and in particular restaurants, whose owners have suffered so grievously. They were only given a deduction for others to use in business their restaurant for 2 years. This 2-year period must be withdrawn, which will allow the owners to obtain financing and get their restaurants back in condition. Congress can terminate it at a much later date, but 2 years is not acceptable. It's not enough. Congress found plenty of money for foreign countries, lobbyists, and special interests, while sending the bare minimum to the American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault, not their fault. I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items from this legislation and to send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package, and maybe that administration will be me, and we will get it done. Thank you very much.
Now, guys, although I do agree with him on everything he said, but remember, he doesn't care. He's only saying this stuff to make himself look good. Although everything he said, I do 110% agree. Sending all this money to these other countries when it could be given to the American people in times that we're having right now. So you tell me, that is just absolutely, unpathetically uncalled for. Anyways, the Democratic leaders cheered Trump's announcement, saying they support the 2,000 checks and nothing that Republicans had blocked earlier proposals with bigger checks. We spent months trying to secure $2,000 checks, but Republicans blocked it. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer tweeted, and they did. Chuck Schumer's right. Every time they brought it up, Republicans blocked it. Chuck Schumer says, "We spent months trying to secure 2,000 checks, but Republicans blocked it. Trump needs to sign the bill to help people and keep the government open, and we're glad to pass more aid for Americans' need. Maybe Trump can finally make himself useful and get Republicans not to block it again." I agree 100%. Now, Nancy Pelosi, House Speaker Pelosi, and Democrats would organize a vote on increasing the amount. Republicans repeatedly refused to say what amount the president wanted for direct checks. At last, the president has agreed to $2,000 checks. Democrats are ready to bring this to the floor this week by unanimous consent. Let's do it, Pelosi says. Now this leaves the next move to McConnell, who has for months insisted on a smaller stimulus package and has rejected Democratic proposals for $1,200 checks. This is another scumbag, Mitch McConnell. This is why our state, Kentucky, has nothing. This guy right here needed to be kicked out of Congress on his head. This guy is nothing but, like I've said before, on that PPP funding. The only reason he was pushing big for that, because his family, his wife, if I'm not badly mistaken, she's a foreigner. But my point is, they got some kind of family business. I don't know exactly what it is, but the last time, when back in the CARES Act, they got a hell of a lot of money out of that for the PPP funding. Nobody in Congress, nobody related to Congress, I don't think should be able to touch this money because they don't need it. Now, Now he can cave and accept a larger stimulus figure after fighting for months to keep it down. But now he can block the larger checks and take the political heat for it. It's worth nothing that even if Trump vetoes the spending bill, which he did not explicitly threaten to do in his video, Congress could force it through by overriding the veto. But that could be politically damaging if there is no guarantee that the congressional math will stay the same in the light of Trump's new demand. One reason McConnell may fear blowback for keeping the checks at $600 is the runoff election for Georgia's 2 Senate seats, which the GOP needs to hold to keep control of the chamber. If they lose those seats, if they lose those 2 seats in Georgia, the Democratic Party will run everything. It'll all be run by the Democratic Party. So that's putting pressure on Mitch McConnell. He's going to have to go along with this if he wants to keep the Republican Party going. Guys, let me know what you think. Like I said, we'll see what happens. Either way, none of them should have left. Donald Trump shouldn't have left. They should have got this done and this money out to the people before the end of the year. Just like Stephen Mnuchin said the other day, they could have had this money out and it could have been people that had direct deposit. It could have landed in their bank accounts on the 29th if he'd went and signed this bill. But let's see what happens, guys. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, stay safe. And I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. I'll do some more videos as soon as some new information comes about. And I'm sure they will. So until then, stay safe and God bless.